Some kinds of tiredness don't come from doing too much. They come from carrying too much. Quietly. This is the kind of tiredness that sleep doesn't fix. The kind that shows up even on days when nothing goes wrong. This is the story of Daniel. And if you've been feeling mentally tired lately, this story is for you. Daniel woke up one morning already exhausted, not physically. His body was fine, but his mind felt heavy, like it had been running all night. He lay there, staring at the ceiling, trying to gather the energy to start the day. Nothing dramatic was waiting for him, just a normal routine. And somehow that made it worse. Daniel used to believe tiredness came from effort, from long hours, from stress, from responsibility. But lately, even simple days felt overwhelming. Small tasks felt bigger than they should. Decisions felt harder. Noise felt louder. He told himself he just needed rest, maybe a break, maybe a vacation. But even after resting, the tiredness stayed. Daniel noticed something else. His mind was never quiet. Even during calm moments, thoughts kept moving. What he hadn't done yet. What he should have done better. What might go wrong next. His body sat still, but his mind never stopped. People around him didn't notice. He still showed up, still responded, still smiled when needed. So no one asked if he was okay, and he didn't offer an explanation, because he didn't have one. One evening, Daniel sat alone after a long day. Not a hard day, just a full one. He felt strangely empty and overwhelmed at the same time. That's when a thought crossed his mind. I'm tired of thinking. That sentence surprised him. He wasn't tired of work. He wasn't tired of people. He was tired of constantly processing everything. Every moment, every emotion, every expectation. Daniel realized his mind had been working overtime for years. Always planning, always analyzing, always preparing for problems that hadn't even happened. He rarely allowed himself to simply exist. He thought back to earlier times in his life, moments when his mind felt lighter, not because life was easier, but because he didn't carry everything alone in his head. Somewhere along the way, Daniel had learned to be mentally alert at all times, as if relaxing his mind meant falling behind, as if stillness was dangerous. That night, Daniel did something different. He didn't try to distract himself. He didn't reach for his phone. He didn't try to solve anything. He sat quietly, and for the first time in a long while, he allowed his thoughts to pass without following them. At first, it felt uncomfortable. His mind resisted. It kept offering problems to fix, memories to revisit, scenarios to replay. But Daniel didn't age. He simply noticed. Something subtle happened. The thoughts slowed, not because they disappeared, but because they weren't being fed. Daniel realized something important. Mental tiredness wasn't coming from life itself. It was coming from how much he carried mentally without rest. The next day, he paid attention to his habits. How often he replayed conversations. How often he worried about things outside his control. How often he expected himself to always be on. Daniel noticed how rarely he gave his mind permission to stop. Even during breaks, he filled the space with information, noise, screens, thoughts. No wonder he felt exhausted. He began making small changes. Not big lifestyle shifts, simple ones. He allowed moments of quiet, even if they felt awkward. He stopped responding to every thought immediately. Stopped solving problems that didn't exist yet. When his mind tried to rush ahead, he gently brought it back. To the present moment. To his breathing. To what was actually happening. Slowly, the mental weight lifted. Not completely, but enough. Enough to feel relief. Daniel learned something valuable. Mental tiredness is often a sign, not a failure. A sign that your mind needs space, not pressure. You don't recover mentally by pushing harder. You recover by allowing pauses, by letting your mind rest the same way your body does. Daniel stopped judging himself for feeling tired. He stopped telling himself to be stronger, faster, better. Instead, he listened. And listening changed everything. Here's the lesson in Daniel's story. You can be mentally tired even when nothing looks wrong on the outside. That doesn't mean you're weak. It means you've been carrying too much silently. If your mind feels exhausted lately, ask yourself gently, when was the last time I allowed my mind to rest without guilt? You don't need to escape your life to feel better. You may just need to stop overthinking it. Rest isn't laziness, it's recovery. And your mind deserves it too. If this story spoke to you, take a moment to like the video so it can reach someone who feels mentally tired but can't explain why. Share it with someone who might need permission to rest. And in the comments, tell me, what is one small thing you can let go of today to give your mind a break? Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is allow yourself to be still.